What's your first impression of the Ferry?
I'm not loving it. What are your first impressions of Redfall despite not having seen anything about the game yet?
I hope it's a really fun team-based player.
What if none of this audio actually works?
The audio did in fact not work. Here's a quick recap. Harry and I got invited to check out an early preview of the upcoming open world action game Redfall. Why Bethesda thought we'd go in and behave ourselves, we'll never know. Redfall can be played in single player or in up to 4-person co-op. But the team rightly assumed that none of us had that many friends, so we played through a handful of missions solo. Harry chose to play as Devinder, who can throw a teleporting frisbee or translocator, electrocute his enemies with a javelin arm, and burn away vamps with a blacklight. I went with Layla, who can pop a shield that absorbs damage, summon the ghost of her vampire ex-boyfriend to help in a fight, and also make jump pad elevators. Just because. After our playthrough and another hop on the ferry, it was back to the office.
I had a lot of fun. I kept thinking how much more fun I'd have with friends.
Hey, okay.
So,
I like
yeah.
that we're on opposite ends of the spectrum here, because I'm Def's like single player. I love me a big open world. I love a good story, which this seems to have.
I had to say, I caught you actually reading lore.
It was really interesting. I can't talk about
Yeah.
what it was exactly, because I don't want to
yeah.
spoil anything, but it was
Meanwhile,
fascinating.
I was killing civilians left, right, and center. So after the preview finished, they were like, "So, did anyone rescue the civilians?" And I was like, "I shot everyone." For me, I was impressed by the gun feel. Every kind of animation and sound effect was really pleasing, especially remember the staking.
Yeah.
So like when you shoot vampires, your regular guns, all they do is take health off, but when they get to 0, they go into a stun state where you can stake them. It makes a sick animation. Like the weaponry really impressed me.
100%. I love that even though there were definitely a few guns at one point that I was like, oh, I'm getting the same gun over and over again. They all felt pretty unique, between your assault rifles, your shotguns, your pistols, your heavy weapons, flare guns. There was a UV gun that I looked at and went, oh, cool, and then never touched. I really liked how big the world seemed, and even though, I definitely have that thing of open world phobia sometimes where it's I don't know where to go or what to do. I did like that every area you kind of stepped into, there was a sense of cohesion to it. So it wasn't sectioned off areas where there's interesting things here and then a dead environment the rest of the time. There were plenty of cars to loot, there were chests and caches around. I did have a little bit of an issue with identifying where the aggro zones were. I'd fire a gun at one thing and then a million miles away, I think the vampires were alerted to my presence.
Yeah.
But then if you kill enough vampires, it summons more vampires.
Yes.
I think at one point you heard me, and there was a conga line of 10 vampires behind me, and I'm gunning it. I've used up all my skills. I have nothing left. All my ammo gone, and I'm sprinting like an upright lizard. I'm really curious how they're gonna manage the single-player experience and that open world exploration with the chaos of co-op. I'm still uncertain how that's going to work, but I am interested to find out.
For me, the motivation in that kind of game is to try and get all the cool skills.
Exactly.
If you've got a lightning ability, you can either upgrade it into one massive bolt of lightning or some small bolts of lightning, but the skill tree will branch like that. I'm not sure if Redfall will have that. I hope it does.
Yeah, I think that again comes back to the single player experience, because you can, Arcane, amazing single player games, but then in a co-op game you kind of want that fast access to these base skills so you as a team can work together. But in terms of our first impressions, I'm pretty keen.
Yeah, me too.
Does it have that longevity to keep people coming back? I think that'll be the big tell on launch, is how much is there for you to unlock and progress, because I'll be driven by story. As long as the story is good, that'll be enough to keep me going. But for someone like you who's more co-op, what are you hoping to see, I guess?
Me, I need unique and new all the time. So if they can keep that progression going, I need to keep playing, I'll love it. If it doesn't, I probably won't finish it.
Yeah, that's fair enough. How do we end this?